All right, it's time for Tech Tuesday, and this is where we talk about how you should go and spend your money on the tech that you use in your daily lives. And today, I'd like to talk about audio devices, specifically earphones that you use for different functions. And to tell you where you'll get the best bang for your buck, I'm joined today by Ershad Kaleebullah, who is the host and executive producer at Trakin Tech. Ershad, thanks so much for taking the time. And I thought that we could divide this conversation into earphones or products that you can use for different functions. So let's talk about the most popular function, which is when you're out running or when you're exercising. You want something that is not going to be affected by the weather or, in fact, by sweat. So what would you suggest is the best option here?
Yeah, so Alex, also just to get the naming right, it could be earphones or headphones in the first place. I mean, depending on the situation.
Sure.
But in this specific scenario, I would say that earphones would be the perfect one because headphones generally will cause you to sweat because do what you want. They do take up. They do create a lot of sweat. So something I'm wearing right now could be like a good buy, but it's expensive. This is the Power Beats Pro 2, which launched recently, and this one's got like a loop around the ear. It's of course got IP rating. That shouldn't be a problem. IP rating is something that people need to look for in this price in this category because that will ensure that they are at least sweat resistant and they won't affect the electronics inside the product. And there are a bunch of products. Now, this one's like 30,000 rupees. Now, that's pretty expensive. But you do have a bunch of products under 10,000 rupees, which also do a fantastic job. Like the Jabra products that you see are something that I genuinely like, for exercise because they've got a really secure seal. And you also do get IP rating in them as well.
Okay. So here's the follow-up question to that, is that you could spend 30,000 rupees if you have the money on a great pair of earphones. And of course, the audio quality is going to display that. It's going to give you the benefit of having put that money down in all probability.
Not necessarily.
You're going to correct. So, okay, so give me your view there. And the second part is, the argument against that is to say that, look, I don't know how long this is going to last in any case. Why should I spend so much money on something like this, where I could spend maybe 7,000, 8,000 rupees, get a great pair of earphones, which I will use and maybe even rough use, and buy a replacement in a year or two?
Okay, so that's the best question you could have asked me because with truly wireless truly wireless products, what happens is they have batteries inside and they have a limited time span as well. So they will definitely die out at some point and you will have to replace them. And ideally, this is about 2-3 years into your usage. And for 2-3 years, you're spending 30,000 rupees. That's a lot of money. So whenever anybody buys a truly wireless audio product, I tell them to limit their spending to under 10,000 rupees. And you have a bunch of great options in that price range. And most of these have IP rating and the seal is fairly decent too. By the seal, what I mean is that they should fit properly so that they don't fall down when you're exercising. And these also offer great audio quality. For example, a couple of products let me mention. One is the OnePlus Buds 3 Pro, which is one of my favorites. There's also the Samsung Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, which is also, again, one of my favorites. Now, these are around the 10,000-15,000 price category, but there are products in the 5,000 price category, which are absolutely incredible. For example, there's something called the Oppo Enco Air 3 Pro. Oppo makes products that sound incredible. Unfortunately, they don't get the same kind of love, but in that price category, that is a product that I will definitely recommend. And if you want something from a known brand, in fact, nothing is not a known brand as such, but they do actually make great audio products. So there's something called a Nothing Ear A, which has actually got a very good seal and a decent sound quality as well. So, and the product looks very good too. Now, easily recommendable in this price class, but we're talking specifically about wireless audio products. And because if you really want good sound, right, and considering that wired audio products are making a huge comeback, even with like celebrities, it actually would make sense to go for an analog, style wired product if you want really good sound only.
But so how do you connect it? You'd have to have some kind of an adapter to connect it, right?
Yes, what you need is A Type-C port is there on all phones
Yeah.
these days, all smartphones. You need a Type-C to 3.5 mm converter, which was basically a jack that used to be present in your phone in the past, and now it doesn't exist anymore.
We've
Right?
all we've all owned those phones that had, and those of us that owned those phones that had the 3 jack, well, we kind of were very sad when they went away, because we
Obviously.
all had earphones.
And you've
that we
got
liked.
Apple to blame for it.
Yes, absolutely. And I noticed that you have not named Apple in any of the audio products that you've described so far, and I guess that's
it's
because of the price.
limiting. Not necessarily that. Apple actually makes decent audio products, especially if you are in the Apple ecosystem. The AirPods Pro 2 is easily one of the most recommended audio products from my end. And you can do, during sales, you can generally get it for about 16, 17,000 rupees. And it's a no frills flagship. It just connects to your iPhone seamlessly. It sounds really good. You've got a bunch of cool, features on top of it, like the spatial sound and everything. But the biggest problem is if you own an Android, you will not have any use for it. It will connect to your phone, but you won't get all of the features that you get with being on the ecosystem.
Okay, so we spoke about. I think that a lot of the products that you just described would fit into any of the categories that I mentioned at the start. So let's slot them in as we can, because I think you made your point very well that you might want to have a budget of 10 or less for a product like this. So so you've already described what someone might want to do for sports. What would you do for work? Primarily work related, because you'd want to have certain functionality to take calls, for example.
Yeah, so with work, at least the advantage over there is you're in a seated position, so you can have bigger products that are comfortable to wear for long, right? I mean, generally with headphones, people find them very comfortable. So getting something with a very good mic quality will also matter, because you'll be doing a lot of Zoom calls. See, most folks just buy one product, like say for example the AirPods Pro to connect it to their Mac, and then they will just use that for calls as well because it's easy, seamless connectivity. But if you get something a little more professional grade, like something from Sennheiser or something from Jabra, they actually do make great products that are perfect for the work scenario. I know a lot of folks who are also into the creative profession, right? And so, for example, they need to do some video edit works, or they need to check some content, or all of those things. So for them, I would suggest getting something that is a little more, the sound quality is a little more closer to neutral, so that they can monitor the sound in the right way it is meant to be heard. For example, there's the Sennheiser HD series, and there are a bunch of headphones in that class that actually do sound very, very good, and they're not very expensive either. I mean, they can start from anywhere between 3,000-4,000 rupees and go up to like 15,000 rupees, depending on, or even more, but depending on what you want, you can pick that up.
What about pure entertainment, right? And you're looking for the best audio quality that you can get, not necessarily spend too much money. You haven't mentioned any Bose products either, or JBL.
Yeah, so that's exactly what it is. I mean, JBL products are good. Bose are also good, but the problem with Bose is that when you go to that price class, right? I mean, it does have a very good name when it comes to audio, but the audio quality, at least for someone like me who's an audiophile, is actually not up there, honestly. There are products that sound better than it. For example, if you take the Bose Quiet Comfort series, which is one of the most popular series for headphones, their ANC is excellent. The Quiet Comfort Ultra is one of the new products that they launched. The ANC is absolutely top class, but the sound quality is not. Because if you ask me, I would go for something like the Sennheiser Momentum series. Sennheiser Momentum series has headphones, and Sennheiser is like a German family-run company that values its audio quality a lot, and therefore the sound quality that you will get in a similarly priced product will be much, much better. So, like you mentioned, if you're looking at the absolute pinnacle of sound quality in truly wireless audio products, for example, the smaller earbuds that you put in your ear, then the Sennheiser Momentum TWS is good. The Samsung Galaxy Buds 3 Pro is absolutely excellent because they own a company called Harman, and Harman actually makes a target curve called the Harman target curve, which is suited for most listening purposes. Now, I'm getting technical, but basically, they will sound good no matter what music you play on it, whatever genre you play on it. That's about earphones, though. But I would suggest, if you still are looking for the best audio quality, you can get the best audio quality with a 2,000 rupee IEM or an in-ear monitor or a earphone that you plug into your ear. I'm not even kidding. And there are a bunch of options that I can give you in this price range.
Very quickly, we have less than a minute. Can you name a few of them?
Okay, so there is a company called Moondrop. The Moondrop Chew 2 is fantastic. There's also 7 Hertz Salnotes Zero. Two products that I will definitely recommend in the 2000 rupee price category. All you need is like a 600, 700 rupees, Type C to 3.5 mm dongle to play the music out of it, and it'll sound good. So your total, cost would be somewhere in the 3000 rupee range, and you will get excellent audio quality out of it, and you will also look cool because analog is making a comeback.
Okay, on that note, Ershad, thanks so much for joining me and keeping it old school. Thanks so much for taking the time.
All right, Alex, bye.
All right, that brings us to the end of this edition of Your Money Matters. Like the name suggests, we talk about everything that your money can buy. Do stay tuned, lots more coming up on NDTV Profit.